Hi, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm reading Reddit. Let's get into it. Am I the asshole for taking my wife's friend's side over hers? My wife is 8 months pregnant. Congrats. Her best friend got married a month ago on the other end of the country, and we were unable to attend because travel isn't easy at 7 months pregnant. My wife had her baby shower the following weekend. Her friend was unable to attend as well because she had planned a honeymoon right after the wedding, as one does. Since she couldn't attend, she sent my wife a generous gift. Today, my wife's friend expressed her feelings over my wife not sending her a wedding gift or a card to celebrate her marriage. Had she not been pregnant, we had planned to attend the wedding. My wife took this message from her friend as petty and attention-seeking. I told my wife that she is in the wrong and should have sent a gift or a card to help her friend celebrate her marriage. Now my wife says I'm the asshole for taking her friend's side over hers. Am I the asshole? No, I don't think so. I think your wife is probably still riding out those hormones. She should have sent her friend some kind of congratulations. This commenter says, not the asshole, this isn't really about picking a side, it's about acknowledging that your wife's friend made an effort and probably felt forgotten. Being pregnant explains why things are harder, but a card or a small gift could have been an easy way to show that you care. Your wife is probably feeling extra sensitive right now, but her friend's feelings are valid too. Agreed. Congratulations on your new bundle of joy. Oh, babies are so cute. I'm sure they'll get over it. Am I the asshole for refusing to go down for a full week on my wife's family vacation after we had agreed not to repeat it? For years, my wife, our 2 kids, and I went to the same beach town for a week with part of my wife's family, her brother, sister-in-law, their kids, and her mom. We originally did this because another sibling's family lived there, so it was a chance for all the cousins to be together. Sounds like fun. The issue is that the trip became extremely repetitive and rigid. Same beach, same streets, same basic schedule, same restaurant, meals on the same days, strict quiet times, bedtimes, very little flexibility. My wife's family is very routine-driven and frugal. My family is structured too, but on a vacation we like variety, activities, and some flexibility. When the other siblings' families still lived there, there was more balance. Once they stopped going, it became just us and the routine-driven side. The last couple years were miserable. The houses got smaller while the kids got bigger. The routine became more rigid. Our kids were bored and stir-crazy, and I ended up trying to take them out to do things just to break up the week. That caused tension because I was going outside of the plan. My wife was also stressed and admitted afterward that the trip was no longer enjoyable. After the last trip, my wife and I had a long conversation and agreed we would not do the same vacation again. We talked about trying something different, mountains, lakes, different beach. Really, anything else. Recently, my wife handed me her phone and asked which vacation house was nicer. It was the same beach, the same street, basically the same exact trip again. I was angry because I thought we had already agreed this was done. Her explanation is that her mom said this location is sentimental to her and that she wanted all the grandkids together there. Her brother's family agreed immediately. My wife says it was this or nothing, so she chose this because getting grandma and the grandkids together was important to her. That's fair. She has already fully committed herself and our kids to going for the full week, and she assumed I would eventually just agree and go too. My issue is that I feel like her mom and brother made the decision, my wife accepted it, and I was informed after the fact. I told her I felt betrayed and isolated because we had already agreed as a couple not to repeat this trip. She keeps circling back to, this is important to me. Why won't you just do it for me? We've been fighting for a solid week about it, so I offered a compromise. I said that because it became so important to her, I'd come for the last 2 nights. She committed herself and the kids for the full week. Now she says that since she knows I don't want to be there, I've ruined it, and asked why I have to act like this. She has also brought it up around the kids, so now they know there is conflict. I am not trying to stop the kids from seeing their grandmother. I am not saying no to them going. I am saying no to spending a full week of my vacation time repeating the exact same trip we already agreed was bad for our family. Yeah, I don't think you're the asshole. I totally get it. But I understand why your wife wants to get the kids together and with grandma. But you offered a compromise, and it's a fair compromise. This commenter says, not the asshole, but I'd probably just go and make plans with my kids to do whatever they or you want, and who cares what anyone else thinks. Find stuff that you haven't done before. Go places you haven't gone before. And if her family has an issue with it, say it's your vacation too, and you and the kids are gonna have fun. Maybe if they realize that you aren't just gonna be a pushover and do what they want, they either, 1, won't push you as much for you to go, or they'll just let it go. Make memories with your kids. Screw everyone else. Not bad advice. Girlfriend, female, 22, wants to be a surrogate for her cousin, male, 30, and I can't support it. My, male 22, girlfriend's, female 22, cousin, male 30, asked her to be the surrogate of his child, and I am so deeply against it, but I don't want to lose her. Her cousin is a gay man, and therefore can't have a child with his partner in a traditional way. I love him very much. He is so loving and a genuine joy to be around. Recently, he asked my girlfriend to be the surrogate, not an egg donor, of his child, so that it shares his blood. However, her cousin is adopted and not related to my girlfriend by blood, nor would it be her egg, so I'm having a hard time grasping that. They both have brought it up to me kind of excitedly. My girlfriend gave a kind of warning conversation like, hey, I would like to do this, and I want to tell you now, up front. But I don't know whether she is fully 100% committed or not. And the cousin has brought it up more casually. But I didn't say anything in response. It was on a game, and other people were in the conversation, so I just let them say, oh, how beautiful. When my girlfriend first brought it up, I expressed my concerns, but it was such a visceral reaction, so I didn't know how to explain my feelings very well at the moment. After more thought, I realized that I see a pregnancy as something so special. We are literally using our love to create a new life, and that intimacy would be exclusive to us. But her carrying another man's child feels like a violation of that, and I fear that I will only feel resentment, and it will drive us apart. Any advice on how to share my feelings without everything blowing up? Update. A simple, transparent conversation solved everything. It was a plan they loosely joked about years ago before her and I started dating and discussing plans for our kids, for marriage. It came up again briefly a few months ago when she gave me that heads up that this was something that she was considering doing for her cousin. Until this post and our conversation, we were not aware that a surrogate had to have already successfully carried a baby to term, probably because it was an only option thrown out into the air without any additional planning or investigating. I think everything went wrong when I heard about it from the cousin over the game of Fortnite last night, and I perceived it as something much more real than it was. The next conversation is probably with him, so that we all understand the details of any potential surrogacy, or my strong feelings about it. She agreed that this is a decision for both people in the relationship, because she's fucking great. I've known 2 women who are surrogates. Them are some strong ladies, let me tell you. Not sure I could do it. I think I would get attached, be too emotional. Plus my body couldn't handle it. I've had 2 kids, and 2 was enough for me. Am I the asshole, and did I overreact? Me, 20 female, went out with a guy, 24 male, and ended up calling him out for being low effort. Is it rude to call a guy out for being low effort? Girl, I don't think so. Went out with a guy 2 times and 2 phone calls, and we texted all day for 5 to 6 weeks. I planned the first 2 dates. He only picked the restaurant for number 2 because I didn't know of any in the area. Noticed that I was planning everything and putting in all the effort, so I started texting less in hopes it would give him the chance to meet me halfway. He asked for a 3rd date at his house. Every date he has suggested is at his house, which is 2 hours away from me. I suggested a pretty walk and dessert in town between the both of us. He said that would be fun and left it at that. 4 days passed and he said nothing about the 3rd date. So I told him that my weeks were getting busy and to let me know of a day and time that worked for him and I could see if I was free. He said weekends work for me. I told him I agreed that weekdays were probably off the table and weekends would be the best option. He replied yes, just the weekends. So I left him on red. If he can't ask me when I'm free or pick a day, it seems like low effort. Been there, done that. He also commented on my body a few times. Ugh. Which I'm fine with, but felt weird. I have a sternum tattoo, and we were telling each other what our tattoos meant. First 1.5 weeks of talking. Then a few days later, he invited me to his house for the first date. I denied and offered lunch, which he said was great. Then he made a comment on my lip piercing, asking if it hurt. I said no, not really. Definitely not my worst one. Bad idea, because I set myself up for this. He asked what my worst piercing was. I told him to guess, and he said nipples, or part of your ear. I do have my nips done, and oftentimes I'm not wearing a bra in the photos that I send to him, so I think he knew. I eventually told him I had them done, and he started asking me about my jewelry. Then asked when he could see them. I said I don't know, and he asked me to come to his house again. I said maybe dinner, lunch again, and he said that was cool. He is also super attentive in person, but never asked me anything over text. The first phone call we had was 3 hours long, and I'll be honest, a lot of the conversation I initiated, or the phone call was silent otherwise. He was watching a basketball game. We did discuss what we were looking for as well. I said that I was looking to make a connection, which I felt like we had, talking about childhood, trauma, family, friends, lifestyle, etc. He said he wasn't actively looking for a relationship, but if he made a connection with someone, he wanted to explore what that would look like. Based on the combo of the consistency, asking for house dates, bringing up my body, and never really asking questions about me unless we're face to face, kind of made me think he was just looking to hook up. That's what it sounds like to me. Anyway, I unadded him on Snap because he left me undelivered for almost 2 days, even though we talked all day, every day, and I figured he wasn't into it. He ended up texting my number and asking why I'd unadded him, and I told him the mixed signals he was giving was confusing me. He came up with a lame excuse, saying that he should have answered, but I was being dry. I said I was being dry because of his mixed signals, and wasn't sure how I was supposed to respond. He said that he thought it was a miscommunication, and it was his bad. So I said, miscommunication? I think you've displayed your intentions pretty clearly. You asked for a 3rd date but never bothered to plan it, and you haven't asked for a single thing about me over text in like a month, and for every date you've asked me to your house. I'm not doing the heavy lifting for a guy who just wants text validation. Was that too much? Should I read him on Snapchat? Or text him again? Ugh. This guy sounds like he's just trying to get into your pants. Don't even bother. Don't waste your time, girl. This commenter says, this guy sounds like a user and a creep. I would not go to his house, nor would I pursue any additional dates with him. Sounds like he's only interested in one thing and wants you to offer it up on a golden platter. This commenter says, don't text him again. Why would you keep chasing a guy who makes no effort? He never will. Why live like that? Go look up burned haystack. Oh, I don't know what that is. Alright, that's all for today. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a lovely day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Thanks. Bye!